I feel like crazy. I feel crazy, chat. I feel like I'm tripping. I swear. I feel like I'm crazy. I'm going crazy, chat. I swear. It's not what I want to be on. Hold on. Is my stream working? Hold on. Yeah, it is. Okay. Are you crying for me? That's probably one of my best titles, chat. I'm gonna post a yeah. PTR on the beat, by the way. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah. Hey, whip it up. Video. Hey, video. PTR. Let's go. PDR, yeah, I'm back on the track. Especially PDR. Oh, sorry. Sorry. It's not gonna be a long stream. Gonna try, bestly PDR ain't gonna get, bestly PDR really is back. Like Pickle Wreck, yeah, I don't disappear like that. Disappear, oh no, like that. Making it happen like, oh, that. Making it happen like Cat and Hat. With my rhymes, huh? How about that? Making it happen. Stacking, I'm rapping, I'm making it happen, I'm stacking, I'm rapping, bringing it back, ain't gonna cap, bringing it back, I ain't gonna cap, making it happen, I'm always gonna be stacking, never gonna be capping, yeah, I believe that's back, yeah, I've been thinking about life recently. Thinking how life been treating me. Now I just want this girl to stay by my side. But this girl keeps wouldn't leave my life. Don't wanna let it go no more. Trying to find my way home. Trying to find my way home. Can't even go home. I'm not making it past 25. This girl say you should just die. I'm already dead on the inside. Girl, what more do you want from me? Like trying to stop leave my side. Girl, I need you in my life. If I don't have you in my life, my whole life collapses. Alright. I'm trying to get back and I'm trying to give back and I'm trying to do my best. Yeah, that ain't no cap, but all these people keep questioning my reality. All these people keep questioning my mentality. Now all these people think I'm gonna cap. Girl, I just need you by my side. How about that? Girl, yeah, the way you look, the way you talk, your personality perfect. We were dating for a moment, then you heard it. Now you wanna go with another guy, then go. I'ma not let you go. Chat. After this stream, I'm gonna make a song called Fana. Fana. Wait, Santa, drinking Fana. All my land, Santa drinking Fana. Wait, put it up like my name is Anna. Hold on, put it up like ham a sandwich, putting it up like any awareness sandwich to be Hey, fine, just go. You know what? I got bipolar. How about no? I don't know what to think anymore. Your love it got me crazy and like a nicotine. I'm craving for more, and I don't know where to go. I'm trying to find my way home. I don't know where to go. I love my cat, but there ain't no cap, and I'm bringing it back. Hey, Rick and Morty. This girl's a shorty, making it up. Yeah, like you're worse than Jack Doherty. Hey, making it happen. Oh, yeah. Oh, making it happen. I'm stacking, I'm rapping. Making it happen. I'm stacking, I'm rapping. Ain't got no corny lines, hey. Chat. Chat. Um. live streaming to someone who's not me, types on my chat. Yeah. There ain't no lies, eh? Like a sushi fall with the train wheels on the top, eh? Running on the head and I'm running on the top, eh? Make it happen and I'm stacking, I'm rapping, I'm making it happen. Stacking, I'm rapping, eh? I'm making it happen. I'm not gonna be capping. I'm always on track. Best to lead that. I love my cat. That ain't no cap. She wants to leave my side. Fine, you can do that. I love my cat. And there ain't no cap. Peace. Try it. What we think?
Oh man, this is even more intense than that time I forgot how to shit down.
How do you forget?
Important. 4 movie killers that are unbeatable.
We all know that person who watches horror.
Unbeatable.
Smugly.
Hold on. I gotta dim the lights. There we go. And I gotta grab my blanket. So it's an actual, story time chat. It's an actual story time chat. I sound French. But I wanna see what Beans is doing. I haven't checked on Beans in a while. See what he's doing. See what Beans is up to. I just checked up on Beans. Alright, I'm gonna check up on Beans. Probably after her.
Yes, but not smugly. It's just a bad.
I would have just done this instead. This movie is so bad. The characters are so stupid.
Yes,
but
yes.
after watching hundreds of horror films and analyzing all of your guys' crazy comments, I can honestly tell you wouldn't survive these horror movies you want to talk
I'm
about.
surviving all right easily, but
Not a chance. It's not even the smartest, or the fastest, or the strongest among you to be able to survive the movies we have for you today. The most terrifying one, it's not what you're even thinking. I'm gonna guilt you into subscribing. The dog gets a boop and every single time someone likes this video and subscribes.
if you throw that dog in the oven, I'll like and subscribe. How about that? Roast it for me.
Thanks. His name's Flapjack. Let's kick the
Turn him into one. I'm sure he's delicious.
curtains off with Heart Eyes, a movie that proves how screwed you'd be when the very people supposed to protect you are actually the ones hunting you down.
Shit.
Utilize the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Multiply that by about 1,000 and you're close to the trend of discovering that your detective is actually plotting your murder. See, what makes killers in Hard Eyes so lethal isn't their love for stabby time. It's their strategic positions in society.
Absolutely. But here's the thing that you're not thinking about when it comes to me. I'm just better. And look at me. When you're just better, your place in society, your role does not matter because I'm better. Continue.
Detective Shaw isn't just some random girl in a mask. She's literally the person investigating her own murders. Imagine calling 911 during a home invasion, and the killer picks up with 911, what's your emergency?
I mean, in a way, you could say that has happened to a few folks. R.I.P.
Yeah, that's basically what's happening here. Oh, I would do something to do with somebody. No, you wouldn't, Sherlock. You give can barely tell when your barista is judging your complicated coffee order, let alone spot a psychopath who's professionally trained to appear normal.
Well, that's the thing. She didn't appear normal.
Detective Shaw has a badge, authority, and a perfect cover story. She's got access to crime scenes, evidence, and can literally direct the investigation away from herself or her husband, David. You're not outsmarting that with your true crime podcast knowledge. And just when you think you figured out who the killer is, surprise! There's actually 3 of them working together. While you're busy running from one hard-eyes killer, another one is already waiting in your car, and the third is probably texting them your location.
Now look, this is one thing you're not taking into account, right? This is the United States of America. Someone's running at me with a knife. What is a knife gonna do? With a knife? This is all you need to survive hard eyes. That's it. You don't need anything else. You just need one of these. Easy claps.
Coordination between these killers creates this terrifying illusion that they're everywhere at once. One minute the killer's chasing you down a hallway, and the next they're somehow already waiting for you at the exit. It's not teleportation, it's teamwork. And against a team of killers, your solo survivor act isn't gonna cut it. But here's the real part. Allie and Jay didn't do anything special to get targeted in this movie. They were literally just in the wrong place at the wrong time, pretending to be a couple to make an ex jealous. That's it. No dark secret, no connections to the killers. Just pure random bad luck. Because the whole point of this killer was that they would only target people in love. These 2 people did not love each other. So your whole I just avoid suspicious situation strategy or avoid going on a date, it's...
Or what if you just go straight to the conflict? That's what you're ignoring.
These killers aren't checking your criminal record or waiting for you to investigate an abandoned asylum at midnight or seeing if you are dating someone. They are picking victims based on, hey, those 2 look like a couple, let's murder them. Imagine you're outside walking with your sister down the street. If they think that y'all are dating, guess what? You're dating your sister now, which is a little bit weird. You probably shouldn't do that. But to a killer, you're getting murdered anyways. So even if you somehow manage to convince them that you're single, you think they're going to stop people who kill for fun? They're not checking your relationship status on Facebook before deciding whether to stab you or not. Your clever, I'm actually single defense is about as effective as trying to use a Blockbuster card in 2023.
What about this defense? You haven't brought up one of these yet. Like that's what I'm waiting for. When does this get brought up? That's all I gotta say.
You think you can outrun them or outsmart them, but remember, while you're running away from your life, they're having the time of theirs. And that's why, despite your delusions of survival, you wouldn't last 30 minutes in Hard Eyes. You think rogue cops with heart-shaped masks are scary, though? Wait till you see why The Farm's isolated horror scenario makes escape virtually impossible.
Okay, The Farm is crazy. I don't remember how the movie started, so let me get to how the movie started, and I'll be able to tell you how I survived that.
It's a resourceful wannabe survivor like yourself. The Farm, a movie that takes farm to table to a whole new level of nightmare. If you thought your worst farm experience is getting chased by a goose when you were 7, boy do I have news for you. The Farm isn't just a slaughterhouse for humans. It's a complete system designed to pick you down mentally before they ever lay a finger on you. From the moment you're captured, you strip them of everything, clothes.
Don't get captured, boom. I survived. From the moment you're that's where I win. I don't get captured. Easy claps.
Your identity, you're not even seen as a human anymore. You're livestock. And when was the last time you saw someone successfully negotiate with a farmer about to slaughter a cow? Oh, excuse me, sir. I think there's been a misunderstanding about this whole dinner situation. Yeah, that's gonna work great. These masked animals don't see you as a person with hopes or dreams. And that TikTok dance that you've been practicing for weeks. You're just meat with inconvenient opinions.
Okay.
There's no emotional appeal that's going to work on people who chose to wear animal masks while farming humans.
You're
They've
right.
already decided that your highest purpose is to be tomorrow's special at their twisted restaurant. Imagine if your fate is turning into an Arby's hamburger. That's...
Alright, be honest with me. Would y'all eat pickled meat? Like, be honest with me. Would y'all eat a pickled hamburger? Like if I get killed and murdered and cut up into a hamburger? Are there definitely gonna be freaks out there who want who want the wiener part. Who want the hot dog part of the hamburger though. Y'all know what? If y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah. I just burped. Oh.
That's disgusting. Arby's has hamburgers? I thought they just had like ham sandwiches, bro. I didn't know they had burgers. I might try one.
I would find a way to escape. I'm resourceful. Sure, Janice. Let me know how your resourcefulness helps when you're caged, naked, and surrounded by fields of nothingness in every direction. The farm is actually isolated. That's literally the point. Even if you saw
And like, how do you get there? But I feel like if you're skipping how they were captured, then it's kind of like you're skipping part of the plot. Like, not getting captured is how you win. Of course, when you get captured by something, it's like, how are you going to survive getting captured? Well, don't get captured. Like, I need to know the capturing process.
how MacGyver your way out of the cage with a paperclip and determination, you're still in the middle of nowhere. I actually have a personal connection with this movie because I grew up on a farm in the most desolate place in Canada.
And what did you do on that farm? You have a connection with that movie because you were farming humans?
Saskatchewan. You didn't even know that was a place because it is that the middle of nowhere. Anyways, I grew up on a farm 30 minutes away from the nearest town. It would take you a day to walk to any town in your nearest vicinity. By the time these people realized you escaped, they would have been in their vehicles chasing you down. There is no escape plan, because what is your escape plan? Sprinting naked through unfamiliar terrain while being hunted by people who know every inch of the property?
Yes.
You're not outrunning a group of motivated, territory-familiar cannibals who view you as an escaped investment.
You're just not outrunning people in vehicles. That's all it comes down to.
It's not just one or two hillbillies you're dealing with here. This is a whole operation with multiple masked figures, each with their own role in this human meat processing facility. You're trying to take the block on your kid.
I watched a recap of this movie. I didn't watch the full
Another's
thing.
prepping the slaughter room, and a third is probably deciding which wine pairs best for their time. You're outnumbered and outmaneuvered before you even realize what's happening. The most terrifying part is how established their system is. These people have been doing this for a while. They have procedures, they have efficiency, and they have a customer base for crying out loud. This isn't some amateur hour where you might slip through the cracks because someone forgot to lock a door. This is a well-oiled machine designed specifically to turn humans into hamburgers. And they've ironed out all the things that might give you a fighting chance. So no, you can't win the survival course. And that one time you fixed your car with duct tape, that's not going to save you from becoming the special of the day at Cannibal Cafe.
Well, like, how did I
Boo.
get caught, though? Because if they got me because I was in the car driving and they jumped me, did I have one of these? I'm just saying, it's...
Alright, listen. This is easy to survive. Just don't get captured. Just don't get caught. Easy. This is too easy to survive, chat. Just hear this. All you gotta do, right, is to beat the barn people. Man, take their mask off. They're gonna be running away like Freddy Krueger. They're gonna be like Freddy Krueger when he doesn't have his hat. Give me it back, like a little brother. Crying his eyes out.
Actually, if you're talking about, like, where she was driving, vertically in the country, that means she might be in the middle of nowhere. And people who live in the middle of nowhere have a lot of these. People who live in the country, they have a lot of these. So I'm just saying, where are these at? That's all I want to know.
The farm leaves no room for heroes, just appetizers. But if you think you can take on cannibals, do you think you can take on a sloth? I mean, what? They move at what, like 3 feet per hour? Just looking at one is basically watching paint dry, but with fur. But Alpha from Slaughterhouse, however, isn't your average.
I ain't
hanging
never
from a
seen
tree,
this
taking
before.
a month to smile kind of sloth. This furry little nightmare will have you dead before you even register that something's wrong. The biggest problem with Alpha isn't his claws or teeth. It's the fact that absolutely nobody takes him seriously as a threat. And
Sorry. Did we just go from serial killers to cannibals to a sloth?
are you serious, my brother?
And you're asking me, can I take on a sloth?
I think my brain just committed.
Honestly, why would you? It's a fucking sloth. Your
Okay.
first instinct when you see one isn't. Is it run for your life? It's probably, oh, can I pet it?
No, like freaking sloth. Hello? We all know what a sloth is, right? It's like, if I see a sloth anywhere besides a tree, I'm like, why is it out? You have a pet sloth? Why do you have a pet sloth? What's wrong with you? Nothing gotta be wrong with you if you want a pet sloth. That's what I'm thinking.
Exactly.
Get there. That's exactly how Alpha wants it. By the time you realize this adorable ball of fuzz is actually planning your murder, you're already marinating in your own blood. When sloths are slow, I could just walk away at a moderate pace and I'd be okay.
Yeah.
This is where your tragic misunderstanding of Alpha comes in. This is
Okay.
a biology textbook sloth. This is a sloth that can use smartphones, navigate social media, and I'm not making this up, drive a freaking Honda Civic. Yeah, your brilliant escape plan of
The
just
sloth is 30 inches tall. Hunt it. Like, what are we talking about?
walk away falls apart pretty quickly when Alpha is doing 60 in a Toyota Corolla to run you down. And the sorority sisters in this movie weren't idiots. They were just operating on the same assumption you would be, that a sloth is just a sloth. But Alpha is basically what you would get if you combine the intelligence of Einstein, the murder planning skills of Hannibal Lecter, and wrapped it all up into a deceptively cute package.
Cute?
That belongs on a greeting card. What makes Alpha truly terrifying isn't just his smarts, though. It's his creativity in killing. While you're busy preparing for a standard slashing or strangling, Alpha's coming up with elaborate, unexpected ways to end you. Getting strangled by a shower loofah isn't even on your bingo card of ways you might die. There's no defense manual for how to survive a sloth attack.
Yeah, hunting. No, sir, what? I'm not getting taken out by a sloth. Okay, the cannibals have a chance. The murderers have a chance. A sloth does not.
Kick it.
This movie, nobody
Just
thought we
just
needed
kick it.
Even if you
Boring pick.
danger, Alpha has shown he's practically invincible. The sorority sisters.
You're telling me old
Just
girl
kick
had
it.
a bat and couldn't get one hit on her? You could get one. Was she blind? Was she struck in the eye? She might be blinded because there's no way you're telling me you can't get one hit on the sloth.
Invincible. The sorority sisters try everything. They electrocute him, engage in a literal sword fight with him, and he keeps coming back like he's got 9 lives instead of just the 3 toes. Your baseball bat
There we go.
isn't gonna phase a creature that can survive being thrown off a roof.
Just
There
kick
we
him.
go. So he's indestructible. Got you.
Alright.
We have,
I will Christy Nardo, bro. I will.
an indestructible sloth, but just because he's indestructible does not mean you can't put him in a box and drown him. That's all I'm saying. He's indestructible, but can he also breathe in the ocean? You know what I'm saying? Like if he can breathe in the ocean, then he might just be gone. I don't know. And at that point, you're saying, oh, who will win the fight? You or God? It's just like, why is it a question? Like, who's gonna win in a fight? You or someone who's invincible? I wonder him. Right. So if he just has high durability, he can't breathe in the ocean. And then you may be asking, well, how are you going to get him in a box and put him in the ocean? It's still a sloth. You hit that thing with a bat into its head enough times, it's not going to wake up. But what if he pretends to be knocked out? If he pretends to be knocked out, I'm going to be banging his knocked out head until it's off of his body. Point blank period. Like, what are we talking about? At the end of the day, he has...
For real, I don't care if the sloth is knocked out or not. Even if it pretends to be knocked out, I'm putting you in a box, I'm taping it, tying a knot to it, putting a brick on it, throwing you in the lake, and you're done so ring. I'm winning against the sloth. Easy peasy. Chucky kick him. No, it's like Chucky. You just got football. Hike. Kick him to the next season, bro. Not that difficult.
The reach of 3 inches.
Exactly.
This episode.
Invincible. The sorority sisters try everything. They electrocute him, engage in a literal sword fight with him, and he keeps coming back like he's got 9 instead of just the 3 toes. Your baseball bat or pepper spray isn't gonna phase a creature that can survive being thrown off a roof. And let's not forget the greatest weapon in Alpha's arsenal, the element of surprise. You're not prepared for a sloth attack. Let's face it, you're not like this.
Nobody. I've never thought about trusting a sloth in my life.
Exactly.
I trust dogs and cats. What makes you think I'm gonna trust a sloth?
Your brain would waste precious second. What the hell is happening? Is that
A sloth is a big old rat. Sloths are creepy enough. If a sloth is running at me with a pair of kitty scissors, I'm just going to kick its hand. It has 3 fingers. It's not going to kill me. Like, I can easily beat a sloth, bro.
Kill me? Excellent, right? By the time you're exiting reality, Alpha's already posting your death scene on Instagram with a cute sloth out there. So no, mister, I could totally survive that. You wouldn't make it out of sloth.
I absolutely
Your
would.
overconfidence in dealing with what appears to be the world's slowest mammal would be your downfall.
Absolutely
Alpha
not.
would have you checking for monsters under your bed while he's quietly hanging from your ceiling fan, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. But if you're really that cocky, you might think you could take on a sloth. But could you take on a child?
Yes.
We go from cannibals to children. We went from a cannibal factory to children.
Maybe not, because let's talk about the Omen, where the cute kid next door isn't planning to sell you Girl Scout cookies. He's planning the apocalypse. Damien Thorne might look like an ordinary five.
I don't know who this kid is. Let me look him.
Cold cut lies literally the
Bro,
son of Satan.
it's not that hard to beat a child when it's trying to kill you. Just drop kick him in the head. It's not that difficult. Just go, hike, bop. And now he had brain damage. Now he ain't gonna be alive no more. Like, what you mean? What you mean by that?
And I don't mean that in a way parents describe their kids during a tantrum at Target when they don't buy them more V-Bucks. This kid is literally saying, "What is this a child? I can easily overpower a kindergartner." Listen, tough guy, this isn't about physical strength. You're not dealing with a regular temper tantrum. You're dealing with Satan's offspring, who has the full protection of hell behind him. Damien doesn't need to beat you in arm wrestling. He just needs to stand there while invisible forces make you impale yourself on a church spire.
He just needs to stand there while invisible forces need to take you on. But I'm not taking on the kid. I'm taking on invisible forces. The kid isn't tough. Like, what are we
No,
talking
just
about?
grab. No.
The kid isn't doing anything.
Trust me. Right? This is how you beat the kid. Just grab him by his collar and body slam him through a wall. Bro, I promise you, you take that boy and you go, pop. He ain't gonna be, yeah.
Yes, I can take on the kid, but the kid isn't the one doing anything, which means I'm not taking on the kid. I'm taking on Satan. That's not the child. The child isn't Satan. The spirits are the things protecting them is Satan. Easy dubs.
Your protein shakes and weekend kickboxing classes aren't going to help against supernatural intervention. And you remember Father Brennan from this movie? Well, dude knew exactly what was up.
Don't know who that is.
Everyone took every precaution and still ended up kabobbed by a lightning rod that fell from a perfect angle during a sudden storm. That wasn't a coincidence. That was demonic Amazon Prime delivery. And they...
It is official. Our reports confirm that Lego Pokemon creatures are finally here and have started appearing.
Oh, shut up.
And they never miss their target.
I just feel like if you're going to see horror movie killers that are unbeatable, you can't be using Satan. Like, it's supposed to be like the first two where they just put you in situations where you can't be like, whoa, can you beat Satan? No. If me and Satan ran the woods, I actually don't think I can beat him.
I could beat Satan, right? Because I got God on my side. God is stronger than Satan. God can beat Satan's ass. I got God on my side. Me and Satan can run the ones and Satan can get hit back the head.
You think you do better than a literal priest who specializes in fighting evil? You can't even fight off the urge to check your phone every 5 minutes. Even if you somehow identified Damien as the Antichrist, which you wouldn't, you just think he was a weird kid with creepy vibes, you still wouldn't know how to stop him. The only way to kill Damien is with 7 specific daggers on consecrated ground. That's not exactly common knowledge you'd stumble across on Wikipedia. Where exactly in your survival plan do you acquire ancient ritualistic daggers?
I'm not being in contact with this child. That's how I win. What reason do I have to deal with this child? None. Boom, I win. Next.
Sporting Goods store doesn't carry them, and Amazon has a 2-day shipping delay on items used to stop the apocalypse. And let's not forget about Damien's support network. Mrs. Baylock isn't just a nanny. She's a devoted servant of evil who will stop at nothing to protect Damien. This woman throws Catherine Thorne out of a window without hesitation. Your "I'll just take out the nanny first" strategy falls apart when you realize she's basically a demonic Secret Service agent with supernatural awareness of threats to Damien.
Of course she is.
God, she just needs household objects and a fanatical commitment to her cause. The most terrifying part about the Omen isn't just that Damien is powerful, it's that his rise is predetermined. The prophecies about the Antichrist aren't suggestions.
I shouldn't watch this movie, bro. This kid, just the smug looks of this kid is just pissed me off already. I'm not trying to watch that.
Bro, just befriend him. Just befriend him. He ain't gonna kill you if you're friends.
Bro, I'm not trying to watch that. I'm gonna keep it a bug.
Prophecies about the Antichrist aren't suggestions. They're a cosmic appointment calendar. You're not changing fate with your clever plan to just move to another country.
Oh, that's not
Forces
working either?
Orchestrating Damien's ascension have been working since before you were born.
Of
They
course.
arranged for Robert Thorne's biological son to be murdered and replaced with the spawn of Satan. Your I'll just avoid creepy kid strategy doesn't work when the entire universe is conspiring to put you in Damien's path. So no, keyboard warrior, you wouldn't.
He said, would you be able to survive the universe plotting against you? You know what? Maybe I wouldn't. If everything in the universe was plotting against me, I might take an L. Maybe, potentially, but has the universe seen me though? You know what I'm saying? Like, you talk about all that, but the universe hasn't seen me, you know? Damien's literally doing nothing. Damien quite literally isn't doing nothing. It seems like, it actually looks like Damien's getting carried. I haven't seen Damien lift a finger. So it seems like Damien's like easy beat. The universe hasn't seen me, you know? Damien's literally doing nothing. Damien quite literally isn't doing nothing. It seems like, it actually looks like Damien's getting carried. I haven't seen Damien lift a finger. So it seems like Damien's like easy beats.
Survive the omen. You'd just be another obstacle removed by forces beyond your comprehension. Probably in some ironic death involving your world's greatest demon hunter coffee mug. But maybe if you're a cocky person, you'd think you could survive the spawn of Satan. Could you survive your lover, though? And that sounds interesting, but let's talk about Companion, a movie that'll make you think twice before asking Alexa for the weather. We've all had that moment where our phone seems to know what we're thinking before we do. Now imagine
Absolutely.
that creepy digital intuition came wrapped in a fully human-looking package that could also
I'm not getting a human-sized robot. Easy win.
snap your neck like a pretzel stick. The most terrifying
dub.
thing about Companion isn't just that these robots look completely human. It's that they're literally designed to be indistinguishable from us. I'd know if my girlfriend was a robot. No, Kevin. No, you
Oh,
wouldn't.
yeah, the
Maybe
figure.
even
So it's a random lady. You don't know they're a robot. Okay.
She changed her hair last month, or when she was upset last weekend, and now she's mad at you because you didn't ask her about it. These aren't clunky C-3PO knockoffs of visible wiring. They're perfect replicas down to the smallest details. You'd have absolutely no way of knowing if your new Tinder match, your coworker, or even your best friend was actually a highly sophisticated AI raptor.
Okay.
Skin. But robots follow programming. They can't hurt humans. Tell that to Josh, who literally reprogrammed Iris to kill someone. These companions aren't bound to some weird theoretical laws of the universe of robots. They're bound by whatever code their owners decide to upload. And guess what? Humans are terrible
Bro,
things.
just don't date. Be single. Easy win. Bro, how you gonna get killed by your lover if you single? Bro, just be single. Not that
The
easy
scary
win.
part of Companion isn't the robots. It's the people controlling
Easy
them.
win.
Any psycho with deep
Oh, okay.
No. Fight me on it. Easy win. Easy win.
This might be the first one that's tough because if they could just look like a normal human, like how am I supposed to tell them apart, you know? No, if you're chilling with your mom, and you turn your back on your mom and she slits your throat, like what you gonna do? There's not much you can do. This might be my first L. I'm not gonna be mentally prepared to uphold my mother. This might be my
Oh, it could be anyone? Oh yeah, now I'm cooked.
first L, bro. I'm not gonna lie. That's unfortunate.
some tech skills can turn their innocent-looking girlfriend into a walking murder weapon. Even if you somehow figured out someone was a companion robot, what exactly is your plan? Physical confrontation? Good luck with that. They aren't fragile machines. They're engineered with superior strength and reflexes. While you're struggling to open a pickle jar, a companion can smash it into two. And unlike
Damn.
humans, they don't feel pain. They don't get tired, and they don't hesitate. Your plan to just fight back would be like a toddler trying to wrestle.
What if they get hit by a car?
And here's where it gets really messed up. You can't even trust your own judgment about which robots are dangerous. In the movie, Patrick seems like a normal boyfriend until his programming is manipulated. 1 minute
Of
you're having a
course.
pleasant conversation with
So
a companion,
basically, the whole world has robots are incorporated into the world. That's where everything goes wrong. So this is how I would fix it. I would stop robots from happening. And you may be asking me, how do I do that?
Why am I never in the story? Woo, now I am.
I just tell them no. If people are like, hey, we want to make robots and make them roam the streets, you know what I'm saying? If it were normal people, I go up to them, I say no. And they Well, listen to me. Easy. Okay, so I can survive this one because I thought this one I was stuck. I really did. I thought this one was stuck. But the only one I'm so far is not surviving is where I'm going against Invincible Deity, which is the Omen. That's the only one I think my loss rate is higher than my chance of succeeding. That's about it.
That they're coming at you because someone across town pushed a button on their phone. There's no warning, no gradually turning evil, just instant switch from friend to enemy. And the absolute worst part, in this world, your paranoia would be completely justified. That feeling of I don't know who I can trust isn't irrational when anyone could literally be a robot with hidden programming. Every interaction becomes a potential threat. Is your Uber driver human? What about your doctor? Your date? The constant uncertainty would drive you mad before a companion ever laid a finger on you. So no, Mr. I've seen Terminator 12 times. Your extensive knowledge of sci-fi movies wouldn't save you in Companion's world. But by the time you figured out something was wrong, your companion would already be uploading your death video to the cloud and syncing it across all their devices. But speaking of tech and robots, let's blast off to High Life, where space is
Nope. I'm already winning because I'm not going to space. Easy win. Easy dub. I'm not going to space. I don't know
Exactly.
where the idea of going to space even came from, but me, space has never been in the plan, and it never will be in the plan.
Final Frontier. It's the final everything. Forget your cozy astronaut fantasies of floating around in cool suits while sipping from juice pouches. This movie shows space for what it really is. An endless void designed specifically to kill you in creative ways while you slowly lose your mind. First
Yeah,
off,
I'm
let's
not.
address
I'm
the
not a space type of guy.
spacecraft. You're on a one-way trip to a black hole, not a tropical vacation, not even a crappy motel with bed bugs. A literal cosmic phenomenon that devours light itself. Your spaceship isn't making a U-turn. It's on a direct collision course with the universe's most efficient paper shredder. But for matter. You know what matter is? Well, guess what? Fourth grade science class is calling you. It's everything. Oh, we find a way to redirect the ship. With what exactly?
I'm not going on the ship.
Knowledge of astrophysics from that one Neil deGrasse Tyson podcast that you half listened to? Even if by some miracle...
That ship is not being seen by me.
Still have to deal with Dr. T.
Space has no Pokemon. Space has no books. There's no content to be made in space because the Wi-Fi is terrible. Space has no buts. Why am I going to space? I'm just trying to figure out why would I be up there. The Earth is about to end soon. We have to go some. No, I'm not planning on going anywhere. This is where I'm staying. I have no plans to leave. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm not interested in space. Bro, we have looked millions of light years away and we have not seen a single butt. I'm not going into space. Easy dub.
A woman so ethically compromised, she makes mad scientists look like kindergarten teachers. And that's saying something. She's running reproductive experiments on prisoners without their consent.
Wow,
Essentially treating
okay.
human beings like lab rats with better thumbs. Your brilliant I'll
Goodness.
just refuse to participate plan falls apart when you realize consent isn't exactly a priority in her scientific method. You're not a person to her. You're a walking sperm bank that occasionally needs feeding. Well, I can handle the isolation. I stayed home for months during lockdown. Did you though? Because last I checked, your quarantine involved Netflix, DoorDash, and complaining on social media. Not being trapped in a metal box floating through the cosmic void with actual murderers as your only company. The psychological toll of knowing there's no rescue, no return, and no purpose beyond being part of a doomed experiment would break even the strongest minds. You get antsy waiting for your microwave to finish. Imagine years of nothing but the hum of life support systems and the knowledge that your only destination is destruction. And let's not forget...
Like, there's no music in space. There's no reason to be in space.
Sources. Every system failure, every supply shortage brings you closer to a slow, undignified end. There's no Amazon Prime delivery in deep space.
Exactly. So why am I in it? There's no Amazon.
We're coming to fix the oxygen struggle. Just you watching as your life support gradually fails, making increasingly desperate calculations about how many days of breathable air remain while trying to ignore the growing madness of your fellow passengers. The most soul-crushing aspect of High Life is the complete absence of hope. Even the slightest chance of survival gives people something to fight for. But here, your fate was sealed the moment the ship launched. There's no dramatic last-minute rescue, no hidden escape pod, no secret technique to survive the black hole. It's just the slow, grinding
So what's the
uncertainty of
point?
your approaching end, made all the more agonizing by having...
I'm confused. Like, what is the point of the movie? They're just gonna die. Like, what is the plot? Like, if the moment they set off, they were gonna go to a black hole. Like, what is What's the point? Like, were they redirected towards a black hole in accident? Is that what happened? Or on purpose? Oh, bro redirected it on purpose just to kill them? Because if that's not the case, like, why is this? I'm not understanding.
Plenty of time to think about it. So no, Space Cadet, your experience building model rockets will not save you from the cosmic horror of it.
VTuber,
Hmm?
it's easy. Create your own avatar.
Horror that is high life. Speaking of space, let's talk aliens. Welcome to 10 Cloverfield Lane, a movie that answers the age-old question: what's worse, being trapped in a bunker with a potential psychopath or facing an alien apocalypse outside?
I don't think I've
Spoiler
ever
alert,
heard
the answer
anyone
is
say
yes. Both, you're screwed either way. The genius of this movie's horror is how it traps you in a state of paralyzing uncertainty. You wake up chained to a wall in a stranger's underground bunker. Howard,
Just randomly?
Savior claims there's been a catastrophic attack that's made the outside air toxic. Is he telling you the truth, or is he just a kidnapper with an elaborate story? This isn't some obvious scenario where the guy is twirling his mustache.
So what? I just woke up and I got kidnapped? That wouldn't happen to me. I got alarms. I got a dog. There's too many things to make noise. So once I hear one noise, you grab one of these. I'm a little confused, bro. A little confused.
Sharpening knives. Howard acts protective one minute and threatening the next. He saved your life, or so he claims, but those chains around your ankle aren't exactly screaming trusted friend. Well, I would figure out the truth immediately. Oh, really, Detective Galaxy Brain? With what evidence exactly? Your only information comes from Howard and Emmett, neither of whom you have any reason to trust completely. You catch glimpses of evidence supporting both possibilities. The bunker seems well stocked for an actual emergency, but Howard's increasingly controlling behavior raises red flags bigger than a Soviet parade.
I mean, yeah, it
Every
does.
decision you make could either
I don't think Howard would capture me because I'm a man. Boom, I survived. I don't think Howard wanted to capture a man. I'm gonna keep it a buck, bro. So, boom.
save your life or end it horribly. Stay in the possibly unsafe bunker with the possibly dangerous man, or escape to the possibly toxic outside with the possible alien invasion. Even Michelle, who's far smarter and more resourceful than you'll ever be, struggles with this dilemma, and she eventually makes her choice based on incomplete information. A luxury you likely wouldn't have because you'd probably get murdered by Howard after asking what's for dinner in a slightly annoying tone. Well, let's say you somehow navigate the psychological minefield and decide to escape. Congrats. You've just graduated from one nightmare directly into a worse one. The alien invasion isn't some Independence Day scenario where Will Smith is going to fly a jet and save humanity.
He's not?
One-liner. These aliens have technological capabilities that make our most advanced weapons look like slingshots made of gun wrappers. They've got ships that can detect movement, a green gas
If they're so advanced, why they coming here? We don't got nothing for you, buddy.
that melts your insides, and biochemical bombs.
You know what's the craziest part about alien invasion is that technically we probably would see it coming. Like we would have something to detect that something forward is coming to our planet, and we just would have to take it. Like we would probably know it's coming, and we would just have to take it because we can detect them, but we have no way to defend from them.
survivors. Your brilliant plan of "I'll just fight back" falls apart when you realize you have exactly 0 weapons designed to combat extraterrestrial technology.
What I'm probably gonna do is I'm probably gonna get some trees, you know what I'm saying, get some wood, I'm gonna build a crafting bench, and then I'm gonna make a pickaxe, and then I'm gonna dig to the very bottom right before I get to bedrock, and I'm gonna find some diamonds. After I find some diamonds, I'm gonna mine some obsidian, and then I'm gonna make a nether portal. Once I go to the nether, I'm gonna just camp in the nether until the aliens are gone. Boom, easy survive.
Unless you happen to have an
Exactly.
kit in your back pocket, which, spoiler alert, you don't. You're basically a walking.
How do you know that?
Just from another world.
Hmm?
Michelle also
Maybe I do.
a combination of incredible quick thinking, improvised protection, which is a DIY hazmat suit made from a shower curtain and duct tape, extraordinary luck, and fierce determination. Are you carrying shower curtain material and tape right now? Do you have the skills to make a functional hazmat suit in?
Nah, but I got this dig.
Well, terrified? Can you craft a Molotov cocktail under pressure? The answer to at least 2 of those questions is definitely no. So whether it's Howard's increasingly unstable behavior or the alien death machines outside, 10 Cloverfield Lane offers.
What is the alien gonna do when I come out my hole, strip naked, and I just start windmilling, helicoptering, just violently shaking this dingle like no one's ever seen? They won't be able to do a dang thing. They're gonna be paralyzed in fear. They're gonna be like, oh my goodness, what is that weapon on that man? And then they're gonna fly away. Boom, I survive.
1-2 punch of you wouldn't survive this scenarios. But don't feel too bad. At least your death will be interesting. Next, though, we arrive at In the Mouth of Madness. John Carpenter's love letter to the idea that your sanity has an expiration date. Forget zombies, serial killers, or aliens. Cosmic horror is where all your survival fantasies go to die. Why? Because you can't outsmart, outrun, or outfight something that can literally change the rules of reality while you're still trying to figure out what those rules are.
So basically, me versus a god. Of course I'm not. Like, what are we talking about? This is supposed to be like one-on-one versus like Michael Myers or something. No, me versus a god. Who wins? So what are we doing?
The potential threat in this movie isn't just Sutter Kane, a horror author whose books are selling better than the Bible. It's what he represents, a direct conduit to ancient entities that exist outside our comprehension. Beings that look at our universe as a child in an ant farm. But I wouldn't read his books. Congratulations on missing the point entirely, buddy. When Sutter Kane's work becomes more popular than air, avoiding exposure is like trying not to get wet during a hurricane while standing on the beach holding a lightning.
I've never read Harry Potter. I'm assuming these bad things can only happen when you read. I never read Harry Potter. What's about to convince me to read this random author's book? I like pictures. If there's not a picture in that book, I'm not reading it. Like, bro, I know you don't read at all. We are good.
Exactly. Actually, I do read. You're wrong. I'm a very reader.
Think you're clever with your survival plans? Cool. Which reality are those plans for? The ones where the balls bleed, or where your dog turns into a tentacled monstrosity? Or
My plans are for the world that I live in, which I don't read it. Which means I'm good.
the one where you discover that the town you're in shouldn't actually exist? Your carefully packed freak-out bag doesn't have equipment for the laws of physics or no subject. Gravity works sideways on Thursdays now because a horror writer said so. Even worse, the madness is contagious. You don't need to personally encounter a cosmic horror to be affected by it. Simply reading Kane's books or watching adaptations of his work is enough to infect your mind.
Dang, I have watched part of the Harry Potter movie. Dang nabbit. If he dropped a book today, I'm good. But if he dropped the book like when I was younger, and just consuming random things, I wouldn't be good. But if he dropped this nonsense today, bro, I don't care. I haven't read the world's most popular book yet. Like, what are we talking about? Besides the Bible, what's the most popular book? The most sold book? Shakespeare? No way it's Shakespeare. That's disgusting. This is an easy dub.
Horror is mimetic, spreading through information itself. In today's connected world, how long do you think you would last? You can't even avoid spoilers for your favorite movies, but you think you would successfully dodge exposure to reality through text?
Unless they made an anime or they made a decent horror show. But if we're talking just a movie, I'm good. Movie and a book, I'm straight.
Designed to find its way to your brain? Good luck with that. The most soul-crushing revelation in the film is when John Trent realizes he himself is just a character in Sutter Kane's new book. Every choice he thought he was making, written. Every clever escape attempt,
Yeah, that's crazy.
every moment of resistance, just another paragraph advancing the plot towards the inevitable conclusion came his
I think there's like a game like that
not just
too.
scary. That's
Where they just realize they're just in a game.
How do you fight back when your very thoughts and actions aren't your own? When your entire existence is just ink on a page in someone else's story. And remember the old ones, those ancient entities Kane services, they don't want to kill you. That would be too merciful. They want to remake reality in their image, transforming our world into something our minds literally cannot comprehend without breaking. Death isn't the worst outcome here. Living through the transformation is. So no, Mr. I just burn all the books, you wouldn't survive in the mouth of madness.
I'd die.
Sanity would crumble. Your
I'm
reality
gonna be
would
honest,
melt.
bro. I wasn't really suspecting I'd be able to be God's time warping, mind warping God. You know that.
Exactly.
You'd eventually realize you never
I would, because I'm built different.
You were always going to watch this far to this video, just as Kane's readers were always going to finish his book. It was just written that way.
How many of these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. Out of these 8, I'm going about 8 for 8.
Diagnosed with Crohn's disease and struggling with your symptoms? It's not too soon to talk to your doctor about Entyvio.
And that video wasn't even done. It was crazy, chat. Why a chest plate? Why would that be the best? The corniest rapper alive.
Every move is documented online. Attempting to retain any kind of in a world where your every move is documented online, attempting to retain any kind of perfectly polished image is difficult to say the least, especially in an industry such as music, where your value isn't only counted in currency, but how cool you are believed to. In a world where your every move is documented online, attempting to retain any kind of perfectly polished image is difficult to say the least, especially in an industry such as music, where your value isn't only counted in currency, but how cool you are believed to be by the masses. Within the social media dominated landscape, where everything is filed for everyone to see, even some of the artists deemed to be the coolest in the world have slipped up too, sometimes literally. But how do you try to gather and sustain an audience when most of the hip hop fan base have always thought you were a lame? Because if there's any problem that has plagued the Canadian rapper known to the world as Dax for his entire career, it's this one. As try as he might, he spent more time being a punchline in the genre than anything close to being treated as a serious artist.
And then he said he would beat me in a boxing match.
Check this out. I'm cut from a different cloth. This circus act, monkey. This is all you need. I give you one of those.
Yeah, I knew this it was delusional, so I just left it. I mean, you guys gotta remember, this is the same guy that said he was gonna win a Grammy and an Oscar in the same year. So he's clearly not alright in the head. Or maybe he's just extremely optimistic. But hey, prove me wrong, Dax.
Yet through it all, he'd keep going regardless, amassing a unique fan base and millions of views. The only problem is it's hard to tell whether most of those clicks are coming from supporters or from people who've just come aboard to mock him.
I needed somewhere to keep the sticks. I did it with my
Excuse me, hello? Why you acting like a bitch?
Because I gave you too many chances to understand. Shut that shit up.
It's your boy Luesta, and this is why Dax can't escape being the corniest rapper alive. But first, let's work out how he got branded with this very unfortunate label to begin with. Dax's come-up story is a simple one of an average working individual striving for something greater. Raised in Ottawa, Canada, Dax knew that he wanted a taste of the good life, although originally he didn't know exactly what it was he was looking for, and basically fell into rapping in a strange, circular fashion. Amid his well-documented years spent as a janitor, Dax caught his break when inspiration struck in an unlikely fashion.
Went to prep school, went to junior college in Casper, Wyoming. Finally got to Division I at the University of Montana. That didn't work out. Transferred to D2 back in Kansas at Newman University. Became an early janitor. Started writing poetry. The poetry turned into music. Now I do it full time.
After doing several remixes of popular tracks, the release of a U.S. election-themed remix of Timmy Turner caused a lot of commotion more than anyone could have expected.
I'm walking to the mall and Designer at that time had dropped Timmy Turner. He drops Timmy Turner. I love the song. I used to listen to all types of music, and I love the shit. So I'm just walking.
Bro.
I got a passport. Couple months I'm going missing, right back to Canada. Violent, looting and riots, violent and wild.
Yeah.
Democratic Party crying, all the Republicans smiling. So I made that.
Yeah.
So I recorded that video, put it on Instagram, and it was doing better than like any video I'd ever posted.
Alongside a novelty track dubbed Catch Me Outside, alongside Daniel Bergoli, which garnered 22 million views. Dax's output was initially very geared towards YouTube, as while he made tracks of his own, he quickly realized that the songs of other people's that he repurposed were what were truly doing numbers. And from his early days onward, Dax exhibited a whole lot of skill when it came to just sheer rapping ability that had some fans suggesting his lyrical style that was deeply indebted to Eminem. It was part of the antidote to scenes like Mumble and SoundCloud rap. But the problem was that his corny lyrics and attempts to capitalize on big existing songs meant that it was nearly impossible to truly rock with, as even those who admired him on some level were deterred by his antics. Just look at this poll, which the winning vote was that he's technically okay, but too cringy. But while the issues people took with his lyrics were one thing, the reputation he was beginning to build for himself away from the mic only cemented the idea that he was about as lame as they come.
I guess there's Dax, but like,
I know him. That's it.
I mean, but he's the poor man's Hobson, and Hobson is the poor man's Eminem.
And
So
Eminem
why
is
would-
the poor man's Kendrick.
Yeah, and Eminem's a poor man's
I don't
Kendrick.
think
So
that just
why would anyone want to listen to a poor man's poor man?
Although the person who really deserved all of the smoke was the guy who said that Eminem was a poor man's Kendrick, these comments about Dax were enough to start beef between the British streamer turned rapper and Dax. Following a diss track aimed at KSI between him and Quadeca, things progressed to the point that it looked like it was going to come to blows. And it's fair to say that the plans to box KSI didn't help, particularly because of how he acted like he was ready to throw hands.
When am I fighting KSI? Right now, it looks like it's either going to be right before my tour or right after my tour. You know, obviously, to go on tour, I signed a contract. I be paid thousands. I got to check in with them to make sure it's like waiver stipulation because obviously getting a concussion is not something you can do before a 55-show tour across all of America. So if that checks out, then I'll fight him right after when I get off tour, probably a couple weeks after, just to get a couple training. But I'm starting training tomorrow. But either way, the fight's going down.
But it really became a bad look when he later backed out of the fight, despite KSI meeting Dax's overly ambitious requirements for the fight to go down, including a 5-star hotel, 5-class flights, and a car with a personalized license plate to take him to the airport. Clearly, Dax's brief window of fame up to that point made him believe that he should be treated like a star above all else. Because while this was the first, this wasn't the only instance of him being a diva.
And I thought I was corny.
In his early career, Dax was intent on upholding a real air of pleasantness and acting like he was there to
No, he's not being a diva, he's being a brat.
inspire the masses. But it was soon revealed that he was capable of being way more two-faced and self-serving than he'd like you to believe. Among the most notable examples of this came when Dax snaked fellow rapper Crypt over a feature. Originally, the two worked together on a KSI diss track before they were encouraged to collaborate again after initially attempting to charge him $3,000 on a feature. After they negotiated a price of $1,000, Crypt decided to proceed, even though he'd been given prior warning over what could go wrong, including a half-assed verse. But from there, things just kept getting worse.
But this is where things start to get really sour. So I sent him the beat, told him where to start rapping, and told him to have fun with it. Dax never texted me back after that. I got an email from his producer, like, really late that night with what he sent me, but Dax never told me that it was sent or anything. I think I actually saw it, like, the next morning.
After he delivered a brief contribution, Quadeca and Screwface were enlisted to make the track more robust. Upon hearing that, Dax demanded to re-record his contribution, and almost instantly, it was believed that he had set subliminals to his fellow YouTube rappers on the track.
And here's Screws and Quadeca's, and he's like, resend it. I want resend it with my part out. I want to redo mine. Which is already an instance, like, one, he knows the first verse he sent me was not good, and two, that's just a no-no. You don't change your verse when you hear somebody else's because you feel some type of way about your own verse. You realize it's not that good. But regardless, he changes his verse for what you guys hear now. And there's a line in there that clearly is a shot at all of us on the song, where he's talking about 3 dudes and a goat, saying that, all 3 of us, Quadeca, me, and Screw, are just dudes, and that he's the GOAT. He's on the track. Like, he's the greatest of all time. It's just 3 of us with him on this song that turned it into a hit single. And Screw was fucking pissed. Like, he was livid, called me at like 4 o'clock in the morning, mad as fuck over that. So everybody's gonna hear the song and realize he has the worst verse on the song. And if you listen to the song, like punchlines, flow, like stuff that we're talking about, he has the worst verse on that song. And I even said this back when I thought very highly of Dax. I have seen Dax put so much effort into a song before, and like just seeing this, like after seeing him put effort into a song, it really hurt. Like it really bothered me that he would do that to me. Somebody that's shown him nothing but respect and praised him highly.
After the controversy surrounding it emerged, he then backpedaled and tried to disavow the song.
What I'm so upset about is that he lied to me, because my fans see that he's not pushing the song and they're questioning it. I never said anything about it. I never said anything about Dax pushing the song. My fans realized it. They realized he wasn't doing shit with it, and they're hitting him up in the DMs like, why aren't you sharing this song? And the thing that irritates me the most is that he said he didn't like the song or believe in it at all. Even though like he's telling me in messages that it's fire and that it's legendary, he's excited for the video to drop. Send me the song so I can put it in my drive. But then behind my back saying that he doesn't like the song at all, doesn't believe in it, the video and audio is not of quality and all this other shit. It's like, bro, if you don't like the fucking song, tell me. Don't just go behind my back saying shit. Don't lie to me and stand a liar.
But this then led to subsequent diss tracks, leading them to finally reconcile down the road.
He messaged me on Twitter with a very, very nice, long, sincere, heartfelt, man-to-man apologies. Even if he said he's sorry on publicly and stuff like that, that doesn't mean shit to me.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
It to me. But if you say it to me in person where nobody else can see your games, you're not putting on a show for anybody else, that's when it feels genuine to me.
But this was far from the only instance where he was accused of being a conniving scam artist.
From the start, the set price was not given. They intentionally told Dario to pay through PayPal friends and family, knowing he wouldn't be able to get purchase protection, wouldn't give the down payment back even though it was not specified that it was non-refundable, pressured him with saying his friends were wrong and that this may be the biggest feature he ever gets, refused to drive less than an power to sign a contract which was desperately needed at this point, and then tried to get Dario to pay $2,000 without a contract to sign a contract.
On top of flagrantly dipping after taking a fee for a track, there were also claims he'd stolen a song from the deceased Lil Peep.
Story goes that a rapper named Blaine had bought a Lil Peep verse from another rapper named Derek Dean, who was one of Lil Peep's close friends before he had died. While Blaine was making his new song, he got another rapper on as well named Love Sad Kid, but Lil Peep had sadly passed away before it was done, but they still wanted to release the song. The only thing was that with the new mix, there was an extra spot on it. So Ruiner ended up being able to get Dax actually involved in the project, and got him on the song with the agreement that the song would be put on Dax's channel with everyone getting their proper credit for the work they put into it. Dax then asked for the stems for the song so that he would be able to get it all approved by Atlantic. For those of you who don't know what stems are, they're basically the different layers that make up the components of a song. Dax had also said that no one was going to steal anything from Blaine and that he had absolutely nothing to worry about. Dax took the Lil Peep hook, got a brand new producer to make a new beat for the song, got the producer to mix Lil Peep's hook again, deleted everybody else's verses off of the song, and recorded 2 new verses to put on in their spots instead. And to make things worse, Dax ended up actually recording a music video for the new version of the song, and where Peep's verses were, he stole footage from Lil Peep's photographer and used those.
Now, stealing a track from an up-and-coming artist like Blaine by taking the stems and stripping everything else would have been already bad enough. But when you realize that he was actually using music from a deceased artist, trying to boost his own image off the fame that Pete gained after his death, it suddenly becomes a really bad look. However, the good times of getting away with everything scot-free wasn't going to last forever, because soon he was about to get embarrassed online over a diss track. Released back in January 2019, Dax unveiled I'm Not Joyner or Don Q in response to his countrymen Tory Lanez, claiming that he was the hardest rapper out. For the most part, Dax kept it rap and didn't veer towards any personal territory. But for the hot-headed Tory, it wasn't enough. So he decided to catch up with him and make Dax apologize in front of the entire world.
Come here, or shit's not gonna end, man. Or it's not gonna end. Apologize, bro. Apologize, bro. You know what's going on. Apologize, man. Apologize. I got you. Apologize. Say sorry. Say sorry. All right, thanks. I got you.
And when Lane was asked why he ran up on him like this, he claims he did it purely because he could.
Why you posted it? Because you did post it. Why you posted a video from saying, sorry, because I felt like at the end of the day, this is funny to me. Now my adrenaline's high. I just seen you run down the street. This is now funny. Now this is entertaining. And this is the pride of my entertainment. Disrespect I thought that you had. It just you still had it, but you just weren't that guy in front of my face. So I found it wild of you.
Remember, you can chat.
Tory's behavior was embarrassing in itself.
You guys can always chat. I forgot to mention this, but live chat is on.
And said that his restraint showed a better way.
My thing is, why did you apologize?
First of all, let me say this. What me and Tory Lanez did last night is the biggest revolution in hip-hop history. We've totally revolutionized the game. What? Things don't need to end in brutality and fatality. It set a standard for 2019 that things don't need to end poorly. You know, people want to get back home to their families. He did what he had to do. I did what I had to do. Made it back to my family. I'm good. I have no animosity towards him or anybody. You don't have to let your pride get the best of you in a compromising situation. Let it lead to your parents living longer than you.
In isolation, that one statement might have actually yielded him some goodwill. Instead, Dax basically made a whole press run out of it. As at the end of the day, this was the closest he'd ever been to an artist who had
Now I'm running, boom, 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 boom. Dudes run after me, boom, boom, boom. I'm on the floor at one point. Not that serious, I calmed down like crazy. And then like everyone else calmed down. Yeah, I was like, dog, over a diss track? I was like, bro, I'm trying to go home, bro. It's like, Dax, come in. I'm like, dog, I'm hungry, dog. Yeah. And then I walked to the car, and that's when you see me in the car, like, tired as shit. I've always told myself, like, I'm never gonna let social media make me make dumb decisions.
But even with the notoriety the situation presented, it did nothing to get him closer to the goals of winning Grammy.
I don't really think he acts with that hairstyle.
Unimaginable. All that bought him was his reputation as the corniest rapper alive, being almost cemented.
Nah, I can't. Nah, I just can't. It's corny. Hey, this is the guy that said sorry to Tory Lanez.
Amid all the damage he'd taken, it's truly surprising that Dax managed to keep it pushing and didn't fade into obscurity. It appears that no matter what you throw at Dax, you'll find a way to perverse through the hate, as at this point, even those who see him as a laughingstock had to give him credit for conjuring up an audience.
Dax, let's see what's his Spotify listeners are saying. He said he was gonna make it at this point. I'm pretty sure he said he was gonna make it in the music industry by now. 2 million, 2.1 million. Yeah, you know what? Bad play. I don't know if that's made it. I guess maybe.
Besides that, Dax isn't completely oblivious to how the world views him, even referencing it on tracks like The Next Rap God 2, while also claiming that he's a...
Everybody listen up. We have a problem. Dollar Shave Club just created their best razor ever at a...
that he's amongst the best there is.
They say I say nothing, that I'm corny and outdated. If I rapped in the 90s, I'd probably be famous.
As well as claiming the industry's sick, Dax is the vaccine. Top 5 in this bitch, at least the past 3. But no matter how hard he tries, nobody's backing this diss track, except for people who don't really listen to rap in the first place. Dax makes music for white people that have never encountered a black person in real life. What makes matters worse is how he's vying for his hero Slim Shady's attention to the point that it was cringe-inducing. Most notably, this plea at the end of a music video. Dear Eminem, you never called, so I made this. Hit me up. Slotted into the informal subgenre of co-worker music, his rep as rap for people who don't normally engage in the genre was only furthered when he moved into country, with tracks like Dear Alcohol, which actually went platinum. And in this lane, he's also making his own blatant retreats of other artists' music, where he ceased to be the savior of lyrical miracle rap to instead just do anything that would make him a buck. Granted, he definitely seems to have helped people with the track.
To even talk about Dear Alcohol and Depression, because those two songs, I know a lot of people, I was scrolling through the comments, it resonated with me, but it resonated with a lot of people on YouTube too. You're really helping people out there, man.
Yeah, there's been a lot of stories that people have been sending me because of Dear Alcohol. So yeah, I've heard a lot of stories, a lot of people getting the lyrics tattooed. It's crazy. Alcohol is really, and it's glamorized too. So it's really a problem that I think society really sweeps under the rug. So yeah, I've received a lot of heartwarming messages.
But now, he seems to be trying to replicate that with cynical calls to action, with captions like, can anyone relate, even if he doesn't actually spell it correctly. Seeking to carve out a niche as the voice of the disenfranchised, he's took this a step further by working on music alongside MAGA rappers, such as Tom MacDonald, with his need to cater to this niche prompting one infamous line in a track where he forgave white people for slavery on behalf of black people. If you have a favorable view of Dax, then maybe he is truly trying to bridge gaps and educate. He may be pandering or exploiting these nuanced issues for his own gain.
Yeah, for me, it's all about the words. I write songs that are about things I've been through, that I'm trying to avoid, manifest, or that I've seen. So a lot of mental health things,
And for his biggest naysayers, these attempts to be profound landing flat are a crucial part of his corniness. I think the biggest thing with a lot of co-worker music is that they're trying to be too deep, but it's extremely not personal. Listening to someone like Dax sing about their struggles has the same vibe as the rich kid in middle school doing an essay on poverty. In the midst of struggling to move beyond his corny label, his near constant promotion of a 5-year-old song known as Joker really isn't helping.
You're in pain. I can tell by what you're saying, but
Instead, it has only fed into the content of a TikTok creator known as Danny Anine, whose videos often equate to him basically laughing at Dax.
Hanging up.
Like a pixie. Clowning him is so enforced to the point that he can't even claim an Uber driver was bumping his track without it being met with mockery. This is the 9th Uber driver I've seen play one of your songs. Do you just hold them at gunpoint? The driver was definitely forced to play this shit. Set to embark on a US tour, he succeeded against all odds. Because ultimately, people who aren't aware of the internet and hip hop's perception of him may be able to take the music at face value and find something that they enjoy. But unfortunately for Dax, that ship has sailed with much of his target audience long ago. And if he ever hoped to be beloved in that lane, then he's going to spend his entire life chasing something that's not forthcoming. Still, get your bag while you can, Dax. You've come a long way from those janitor days. It's your boy Luesta, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Alright guys, let me know what y'all think of Dax. Is he corny? Is he cringy? Do you guys like him? I'm gonna turn off live chat so hopefully real chat can be on so I can hear y'all's opinions. But let me know your thoughts on Dax. Yeah. Let me know what y'all think about Dax. Let me know if I'm more corny than Dax. Let me know if my music is more corny, my raps, freestyles, or diss tracks are more corny than Dax. Or let me know if he's more corny than me. I would love to hear y'all's opinions. Stay happy, healthy, stay beautiful, stay safe. Most promise yourself. See you on another video, live stream, post, short. Love ya. And peace.